So he knows. He's like, yeah, he doesn't want, so he knows that people don't want Canada to be replaced with Indians. That's funny. So he's aware.
International students, great. They're all studying at schools that are legitimate. No, 94% are studying at community colleges and these diploma mills.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking hard to not be aware when you're a brown person on the internet that there are racist fucking white people. It's kind of hard to not do. He's like, oh, he's aware. He's aware that there are like racist Canadians. No way. Wait, he is? He's aware of that? Wow. Wow, shocking.
That used to be a Walmart.
Fork found in kitchen.
Okay.
In India, because I'm sure everybody else just smells the same there. But when you come to Canada or America, you're gonna whip people's heads wondering what that smell is.
Yeah, that's a bold statement, but same goes to Canadian and American people as well. You see a place where everybody is moving around having a pile of shit stuck to their asshole, and these guys are also accustomed to each other's asshole.
What the fuck is this guy talking about at this point? He has like a fantasy where everyday Americans are just wearing like, you know, loaded diapers, like just loaded underwear with poop. Like the creamiest poop is just on our butts at all time. Bro, that's not, that's just not accurate. Like factually, that is not anybody in this country. Maybe it's like a small child. Jesus. And he said he's not going to generalize too, by the way. That's pretty funny.
Smell. So when an outsider like an Indian comes in,
no, man. No, there is some truth to what he's saying. Okay, that is accurate. Americans do be walking around like that because we don't use bidets. Okay, that's why. Yeah. So like if you don't take the fucking sandpaper toilet paper from Walmart and fucking scrape your asshole into it until it fucking bleeds. Okay, that's how you're gonna be walking around, bro. Or you could get a bidet. Or you could just buy a bidet. Okay, that's just me though.
Obviously, he's going to be outcasted.
Dude, this is insane. Like he's using this video to say, yeah, Indians have the cleanest butts. This has so much support in the Indian community right now.
I think on average they have cleaner butts than Americans.
This is so cool.
I would say that's
all I see is every day some new American
reasonable
bloggers coming to India to farm some views, and those
he's literally saying Americans have poop all over them, and it's like, yeah, only when they go to India.
who don't have the
Yeah,
right money are
Americans are
farming news
stinky.
by picking random videos from the internet and making a 1-hour compilation of them speaking nonsense about India, and
All videos that you defend, by the way. God, who's this handsome son of a gun? Yo, can we get some gifted subs in the chat from you going to war with India? Normally, I wouldn't ask for money, but
No, you can't get any gifted subs because your channel is fucking
times
dead.
like these where it's like, you know,
Yeah, maybe his
you know,
kick
I
is
could be
doing
anywhere
okay.
and
Maybe
randomly
that's
get
what's
struck by
going
an
on.
Indian vigilante. You know what I mean?
He does get gifted.
the guys
here,
who
I'm
can't
pretty
even
sure.
do that are reacting to those kinds of
Immediately.
videos. So right now it's
Maybe it's a
You're
different
saying I
there's
can't go
one
to
point
India.
in this
Maybe I just don't
video-
want to.
Or maybe it's a
Like,
different
dude, you're trying to
video where
own me
he's
by
like,
saying
give me some subs, and then he gets like 20 subs within a minute of him saying that.
I don't really know how to analyze like kick analytics, and that's kind of on purpose actually because that's how like kick streamers thrive, is that you don't analyze their channels. Because I don't know if you know this, but view botting on Kick is a huge problem. Like you know,
I don't watch his stream, so I don't
Okay.
know anything about Kick.
well, let me just give you a brief summary, okay? Or at least my, not a summary, but like my experience, okay? I used to stream on Kick, and I'm a nobody, right? Like, barely, nobody watches my shit, okay? Except sometimes when everybody decides they want to fucking yell at me about how I should die or go to prison or they're gonna kill me. They're gonna find me and kill me. Okay. But when I streamed on Kick, I got a lot of views. Okay, like I got dozens of views and no chatters. Okay, only sometimes would I get bots in my chat. And of course what I'm implying here, and the reality, is Kick inflates their view count. They bought their views. Okay, that's what they do. It's an open secret.
Hey, I don't have the money to
Anyway.
go to India, but it's like, dude, I'm telling you for a fact, I could probably, with the money I have, book over 100 trips to India. I would want to do, out of those 100, 0 of those ever in my lifetime.
the fact that nobody
I'm curious what this guy looks like, by the way, too. I mean, he doesn't, I mean, you know, I mean, I have some ideas, but
is skipping India.
And even if you don't go to visit India, like I want to ask this guy, how many Indian people have you seen? If you genuinely travel the world, how many Indian people have you seen without going to India? Because they are everywhere.
So what's the problem in that? Indians right now have a lot of disposable income.
well, you tell me. I mean, it sounds like your place is like the best. You hate America so much, you hate Canada so much, but all your people want to go there. So how does that make any sense? If you're telling me, right, that, yeah, you know,
All
yeah,
your
Indians are
people,
everywhere.
dude. I hate this fucking idea, dude. Why do dumbasses say this shit all the time? Everyone wants to come to our country, brother. Everybody trying to get in. Like, no, they're not.
That's
like,
true.
yeah. Look, man. I mean, well, I think that it's like one of those ideas that's just common sense, right? It's just common sense. Oh yeah, America's the richest nation, so everybody wants to be here, and it's like, yeah, we are the richest nation. That doesn't mean
people
everybody
don't
wants
like
to be here.
Right? Don't a lot of people in the world not like us?
Yeah, well, that's not why they don't want to be here. It's not that they don't like us. It's that they like their country. They like where they're at. They feel safety and security in their own home. You know,
Yeah, I don't wanna
their
go
country
anywhere
is like their home. That's like how we feel in America, even though things can feel pretty, you know, anxiety-inducing in America. Okay, we still live here because it's our home. Okay, now, are there a lot of people that want to come to America? Yes, and they are insane. Okay, I don't know if you talk to immigrants a lot, but they are some of the most insane people you will ever meet. And it's not because they're brown, it's not because they're foreign, it's because of the type of person America attracts. Okay, like, if you don't believe me, go to Miami. Go talk to the fucking Cubans in Miami, dude. You will meet the most insane people in Miami. It's like living in topsy-turvy land. It's like living in fantasy land, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's
Where in
keep
these
going.
countries that we hate. What does that say about your country? If you don't want to stay there, doesn't really make sense. Yo, thank you, the Out Council, for the 5 gifted subs. E-begging works, guys. If you ever want $25, just like that, you ask for it and people give it to you. If you're speaking the truth. And boom, Aylin with the 10 gifted subs. So how much? I mean, bro, that's just what
Yeah,
I do. I
that's
speak the
fucking
truth and people like it, so they send me money. Thank you guys. Seriously, I know I'm kind of tooting my horn, but I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the subs. Aylin, especially you've given me like a lot of subs over the past few streams, so I really appreciate it. You don't have to. If you've already given me a lot of subs, you do not feel obligated to give. You've already given me a lot of money. If you're watching this, if you're a freeloader, you gotta start coughing it up. You know? No, I'm just kidding. You guys are good. I wouldn't pay much, bro. If I was watching the stream, you think I'd put on my fucking credit card? Absolutely not, bro. I'd save my bread. I'm a cheapskate. Anyway, continuing.
which they are spending to roam all across the globe. If your Middle Eastern cousins would have the same amount of money,
Wait, you're saying Indians are so rich they're
Put the
exploring
fries
globe?
in the
Really?
bag,
Is that
bro.
why they're doing scam calls? Because they just have so much
I
money?
mean, he must be making money off of Kick because he ain't making dick off of his YouTube channel. Not diddly
would have also
squat.
roamed around the globe. But no, they'll only go to UK through that immigration board, right? And yeah, if you're calling out the Indians who have illegally immigrated to different countries, then I'm on your side. But if an Indian is legally going to a different country for work or tourism, and you hate his existence, then actually the problem lies within you and not those guys.
Well, that's not really true. I mean, if the government is importing a bunch of people from India that you don't support, that's like something you're totally valid in disliking. I think if your government basically just says, without the, sort of vote from their people, that they're going to bring in millions of people from another country.
Okay. So he's like pro-ICE, right? He kind of hinted at that earlier. Right, that's what I assume.
I don't think he is. I'm pretty sure he's against ICE.
Okay. Like on
Pretty sure he
principle?
said that before. Yeah, I think so.
Or does he just think...
I remember
like,
him being like ICE is fucked up.
Okay, is it... My question is, and you probably don't have the answer, okay, because it's not like you live in this guy's head, right? But does he believe that ICE and... Does he believe that deportation is fundamentally violent and wrong? Probably not. Okay, but it is.
I think he's like...
He's just like, oh, ICE goes a bit too far. Yeah, ICE goes a bit too
I
far.
think that's his
Yeah,
take,
man.
yeah, if they do too much. I think he
Wow.
says that, like, ICE isn't, like, a bad thing.
How brave.
Or, like, at a base. but,
Oh,
like, they're
incredible.
bad characters.
Incredible, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would expect.
I could be misremembering, but I think that's his take.
Yeah. Dog shit take. I will say that's like a slightly better than Asmongold take, but not really. Okay, because you're kind of saying the same thing that Asmongold says, but you're pretending to be more reasonable. Oh no, I think ICE is bad. I think they've been doing bad stuff. I just don't want to fucking do anything about it. I think deportations are awesome.
You have the right to be angry at
and
that
we
because
need
that's a
them.
decision you didn't get to vote on, right? And they just decided
Yeah,
to
man.
do it.
Time in NHL history, O Canada will be performed in English and Punjabi.
Why? Why would you need the national anthem to be translated? If you're doing the national anthem translated, is it still really the same national anthem? Nobody listens to the national.
So he does have a point. I don't have any issue with my legal Indian coworkers. Well, let me ask you this. If every single one of your coworkers was Indian, and that was basically because of the government saying, we can pay these people less for doing the work, the same work that people who are born here are doing, you would have an issue with that, right? Because that's essentially what the H-1B system is. It is mainly people from India being granted citizenship in the US, and they are basically, they're allowed here because they're doing jobs that Americans are doing, but for less money. And employers love that shit.
No, he doesn't have a
So, that is the fucking stupidest, most dog shit description of what the H-1B system is that I have ever fucking heard in my entire goddamn life. Like, that's even worse.
Talking about
Okay, the H-1B system is a system in America it is a vector for immigration. Okay, what I mean by that is people sign up for H-1B, right? and then they are granted an H-1B visa so they can come and live here, but it is conditional. Okay, typically they need a sponsor, okay, their workplace, to keep them here. They have to have a job, of course. It's a work visa. It's different from a regular work permit, though. Okay. And anyway, it doesn't make them a citizen. Obviously, it doesn't. They don't magically become a citizen. They don't have the same rights as citizens. Okay. They have some of the same constitutional protections as citizens, but not even that. Okay, like there are some things in the Constitution that apply to all people in the country. Okay, all persons. And other things only apply to citizens. Okay, anyway. He said something else that was stupid about H-1B.
It is mainly people from India being granted
when
citizenship
I say I'm
in the
not
U.S.
sure who he was talking about, I don't mean that like literally like I don't know what he's talking about. I mean like I'm not sure where he was going with that. Like that was a bad take.
Oh, okay.
That's usually what I mean when I say that.
Gotcha.
I didn't know what that was, so I appreciate that. But that's usually what I mean.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, H-1B is a broken system. It is exploitative of, brown people. But at the end of the day, brown people are, all brown immigrants in this country are exploited for their labor, pretty much. And in fact, pretty much all citizens in this country are exploited for their labor. Okay, that's the reality. But brown people, immigrants, they get it a lot worse because they don't have the same mechanisms of retaliation against their workplace that we do. Okay, because of their circumstances, their positions.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that is to say is this country depends on immigrant labor. Okay, this system that we have here depends on it. So, deportations, right? Like, if we were to do what I presume Cheeto wants us to do and like get rid of all of these brown people so that all the white people can have the jobs, okay, well that's not gonna fucking work. Because the citizens, or the system, depends on the exploitation of the permanent immigrant underclass that exists in this country. There has always been, since the beginning of industrialization, an immigrant class of people that are not citizens that immigrate here that are exploited for cheap labor. Okay, and it hasn't always been brown people, but it has never been white people. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. Okay, Italians and Germans and Irish, those people were not considered white, and that is because they were the immigrant underclass at one point. Now they are considered white, and they're not so much anymore, the immigrant underclass. Now it's Mexicans and Guatemalans. Okay, so the system has changed its target, but the system itself is the same. Okay, so hope that makes sense.
For less money, and employers love that shit.
No, he doesn't have a point here. Because if you would have heard the announcement properly.
But also, let's just get back to this clip. So, in Canada, they were singing the national anthem in Punjabi. He does have a point.
No, he doesn't have a point here. Because if you would have heard the announcement properly, it says that for the very first time, the national anthem is going to be in English as well as in Punjabi.
Yeah, that's like, that was the point. Like, the point is that's something that's happening for the first time. Like, this is a new thing. That was the point, that it's like, you're introducing this new thing, and it shouldn't be that way, because the reason it is like that shows of the problem with mass immigration.
So nobody's removing the English national anthem. But the
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean, that's, if you continue along this trend to where you're introducing another culture, another language, and then the demographic shift continues on, what do you think happens? Eventually, the English one gets substituted fully with the Punjabi one.
main question here is, Canada has two official languages, French and English. So
Yeah, not three. Okay.
where is the French national anthem? Obviously, there should be some discussion around it, but I don't think these guys even know that Canada has two official languages. And since the national anthem is already available in two languages, adding one
He's literally saying, like, yeah, and none of those are Punjabi.
more language is not a very big deal. But
That's
yeah, I
funny.
can understand these guys' concern that they don't want Indians to snatch Canada from them like they snatched it from the native Canadians.
Yeah, true.
by the way.
So he knows. He's like, yeah, he doesn't want, so he knows that people don't want Canada to be replaced with Indians. That's funny. So he's aware.
International students, great. They're all studying at schools that are legitimate. No, 94% are studying at community colleges and these diploma mills.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking hard to not be aware when you're a brown person on the internet that there are racist fucking white people. It's kind of hard to not. He's like, oh, he's aware. He's aware that there are like racist Canadians. No way. Wait, he is? He's aware of that? Wow. Wow,
Anderson
shocking.
College, that used to be a Walmart. and they
Fork
made it
found
into
in
a diploma.
kitchen.
What the fuck?
What? I've never heard of this.
Like Anderson College, that used to be a Walmart,
What?
and then they made it into
Bro, this is like an entire iceberg.
something.
There's no such iceberg. These colleges and diploma mills are
I just thought that was funny.
run by Canadians only, and they know that many Indians want to come to Canada and work there. So these guys just open random colleges so that they can earn money from Indian villagers.
That's terrible. That's awful. Wait, so it's true. It is an iceberg. So if you just he goes, there's no iceberg, and then explains the iceberg. That's so funny. So he's like, yeah, there's no such iceberg. Let me go on to explain the iceberg. So basically, on the top layer, you basically have
Okay, well,
the
it
native,
took like
Canadian-
2 seconds, so it's not really an iceberg. But yeah, I mean, these operations exist all over the fucking West. Okay. That's it.
that see an economic opportunity, and they then go on to take Walmarts that have been abandoned and then turn them into colleges that exist as diploma mills. And basically, they're mainly people who are going to them are foreign
Wait,
Indians.
what?
Dude, that's awesome.
Okay.
In total, Canada earns almost $8 billion from India.
Yeah, so it's not Indians doing that, right? You agree with that, right? It's not the Indians that are like making the diploma mills.
Yeah, he knows
So
that.
it's okay. Yeah, right.
I don't think that's what he's trying to say.
So what is he trying to say?
Here, let's keep watching.
That like
Maybe
well,
I'm dumb, but I'm pretty sure he's like, that's fucked up that's happening. I don't think he's like, why would the Indians do this? I don't think he
oh,
thinks that.
okay. All right. So my question is, what is the solution? Right? Like, a lot of these guys do this. They like present this problem. Okay, and then it's like, okay, well, you're not saying what the solution is. What's the solution? Okay, because you can point at problems all fucking day, right? I do it. Okay, it's just that I talk about those problems and I give my ideas about like what we should do about it and how it's materially possible, how it's like realistically possible to solve it. Not like some idealistic fantasy, communism, oh, you're just a commie, but like actual real shit. And what I'm saying is, I think that what this person would say is like, we need to deport all of the brown people because that removes the consumer from the equation, right? The mills, the diploma mills exist. The brown people are coming here for the diploma mills. Let's deport the brown people that are here and shut down the diploma mills. When that
I don't
won't
think that's
solve
what
the
he's
problem.
gonna say.
Okay, alright, fine.
Indian students alone, and I don't think it wants to lose that money.
So yeah, basically these people.
Maybe
So
I
it
remember
does
wrong. I don't
exist,
think
and
he
it is an
said that.
iceberg, but you've then just said, okay, but we're going to justify it by saying there's an economic incentive for it. I hate when people do this, right? They will say that something isn't happening. Then when they figure out that it is happening, they justify it. So either you could be honest from the get-go and just say, yeah, I know it's happening, but it's good. Or you have to just continue to deny it in delusion. Why don't
He
we just
didn't
skip the
say it
part
was
where you
good.
deny it because it's true and get to the point where you defend it? Because he's going to defend it by saying there's an economic opportunity. The problem is I don't think any economic opportunity that comes at the cost of the native-born population is one that is worth it. I'm sure America could grow in GDP if we had slave labor, but if slave labor means replacing...
Okay, well, it's not at the cost of the people in the country. Okay, like these diploma, unless you're saying like the diploma mills create unqualified workers, which is, somewhat true. It depends on the place. Okay, education in our country is severely lacking in the first place. So,
That's
we
true.
produce a lot of uneducated people. A lot of those people be working. All right. So to say that like diploma mills are the primary driver of that problem is disingenuous. Okay, that doesn't mean they're not a problem. Okay, that's not what I'm saying.
people who are born in America by people from the third world that will take slave wages, then I don't support it. That's what my position is.
Are using these diploma mills shown, which really aren't real colleges, in order to loophole the student visa laws.
So yeah, Canadians are running those schools and taking hefty amount of tuition fees from Indians just to give them a
A hefty amount? Bro, it's probably not that much.
diploma without proper education. But
Wait. Hold on a second.
By the way, keep in mind, when we import Indian laborers into our country, I can't really speak for Canada, but I presume it's a similar story there. They are extremely qualified. Okay, they are like they're the best and brightest that India has to offer. Of course they are. America is the richest country on the planet. We offer pretty high wages relative to those countries that are the third world, okay, that are artificially kept down by Western powers. But yeah, I mean, we get like really smart people from India. And I've personally worked with a lot of people from India that are very smart. Wow, incredible.
You guys see that? 942.
Just to give
Wait, so they gave a college of bullshit, master of crap. Is this like on purpose?
them a diploma without proper education, but still Indians are the bad guys. Why don't you guys just stop importing international students altogether? This
If we could, we would. It's like something I've mentioned we don't really get to vote on. When the government decides to do something like this, if people really could say,
Well,
hey,
actually, you do. Actually, you do get to vote for it. If you vote for socialism, okay, so democratic socialist, they will solve this problem. Okay, much better, anyway, than Republicans and Democrats have.
Doesn't
Okay.
it also not matter at the popular vote?
What do you mean?
Like, there's a difference between, like, the electoral college picks who wins.
Yeah, I
Someone
mean,
can win the popular vote and not be elected. Doesn't our vote just not matter?
No,
For
your vote does matter, man. It just
In what way?
it depends. Okay, it depends where you live. Okay, your vote is worth more or less depending on where you live. There are certain districts in America where people are disenfranchised. Okay, and what that means is so the electoral college actually matters a lot less than something called gerrymandering. Okay,
I've heard
because
that term before. I don't remember what it means.
yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, you'll get it. Gerrymandering is a process where the borders of voting districts are changed to disenfranchise certain people. Okay, black people, of course. Okay, black people overwhelmingly vote Democrat every time. And there's a long history of why that is. Okay, yes, the Democrats were the racism party. Yes, that did change. It's not as simple as like the switch, the party switch. You know, like Republicans are always straw manning about. Okay, but it is an actual thing. Okay, it's something called the Dixie, the Southern strategy. Southern strategy. Anyway, you can look into that. It doesn't matter. Okay, my point is, redistricting to suppress black voters is a real thing, and it's important not because of the presidency so much, but more because of the midterms, and also, you know, during the general election, like when you vote for Congress people. Okay, like when you vote for president, you're also going to vote for your local congressman and sometimes even a senator. Okay, and those elections, the senators, the congress people, right, and the local municipality, those elections are like swayed by gerrymandering, and it is a lot more consequential, arguably, than the presidency. Okay, it's just that in Congress and in the Senate, the power is more spread out between a big group of people. Okay, but they create legislation. Okay, now the president can do a lot of shit. He can veto legislation. He can do executive orders, which have been like really abused during this current term. Okay, but that's a whole other conversation. Anyway, the electoral college is like a system that is unfair, yeah, but it doesn't really historically swing elections. And also, it never will again. Okay, because there have been 2 elections in my lifetime where I'm sorry, not in my lifetime. Okay, one of them happened a year before I was born. But there are 2 elections in recent American history that the popular vote decided one president, but the other guy won. Okay, because of the Electoral College. And that was the 2000 election between Bush and Al Gore, where Al Gore lost because the election was rigged in Florida. Okay, yes, that is true. Okay, now that's very apparent to me. Look, it's not like a confirmed thing yet, but that's what happened. Okay, and it was kind of obvious from the beginning. Okay, basically, Bush's brother was the governor of Florida, and he rigged the Florida election, which is what won Bush the presidency. Anyway, Bush, of course, being the guy that started the Iraq War after 9/11, and wow, crazy. Anyway, Donald Trump also beat Hillary Clinton because of the Electoral College, so yeah, that happened, but it'll probably never happen again, definitely. Or wait, actually, no, it probably will happen again, maybe. Probably not for a long time. And maybe, there's a chance that, I think some states have been, creating laws that whoever wins the popular vote is who their electoral voter has to vote for. Okay, so the way it works is the Electoral College is a group of voters, right, that are separate from us, the voters. Okay, they actually decide who the president is. Okay, it's just that they decide based on who the majority votes for in their state. Okay. Now, in the past, they've been allowed to technically vote against what their state votes for. And that actually happened. But it didn't swing any elections. And now it's been banned by the Supreme Court. So they can't do that anymore. But anyway, that means that somebody could still, win the Electoral College, but not get the popular vote. That could still happen. But some states have been passing laws where, like, okay, fuck what people in our state think, specifically. Just take the national average, right, the national majority, and vote for the president based on that. Okay? And I hope that every state does that, because that is ideal. Okay? That's democracy. That's fucking democracy. The Electoral College is bullshit. Anyway, democracy isn't a perfect system, but that's all other
We don't want it, and they would stop. We would do it.
Compromise on that 8
The problem is that people who have power are the employers who benefit from this sort of stuff, and they will lobby to make sure this stuff continues on.
billion, and you won't see many Indians
Are you sure this isn't bait? Do you think it's bait? We've watched this entire video, and it goes on for another 10 minutes. It's not bait.
coming to your country.
I
But
wish
know
it
that's
was.
not going to
It's
happen
not.
anytime soon.
Millions, literally millions of villagers.
Oh
that
my
compete with
God.
High school and college kids for jobs. That's why people are talking about pooping on beaches. Indians have been here forever. Never heard about pooping on beaches until now.
This is why I told you guys to
No.
finish your food before we go into this video a little bit deeper, because yeah, we will be talking
No way. Don't be pooping on the beach in Ontario. Oh no. I mean, guys, is this real? With all my heart, I do not want to believe this is real.
about this shit.
No, it's not real. If you properly look at the article in the background, it specifically mentions no proof.
Bro, the entire fucking thing's covered by his head. It says no proof, but we don't... What does it say before no proof? Is this guy a real human? This is retarded. He just sees the word no proof on the screen and says, dude, that has to be what they're saying.
This no pooping on the beach campaign was a propaganda against Indians, where few people claim that they saw some Indians shitting on the beach, but they did
How about just don't poop on the beach?
not have any proof of that, because actually there was no Indian shitting on the beach. It was just a false
Are
tweet.
you listening at... Is A Cheeto listening at all? Is he reading on the screen? Like, he's pulling this from the article.
Yeah.
A bunch of people were trying to stop something that never...
Wow. Right-wing people are making up lies about brown people. Wow. No.
Been happened. I find that hard to believe. I don't know.
game.
First, we gotta
I
talk
find it hard to
find
believe
that
because I've
hard
seen
to
videos
believe.
of it. And in this video that I'm reacting to here, we literally are shown the video of the thing the article is saying. So when I ask, is this real? Later on, it shows to be 100% real. He just doesn't show the clip.
about the Indians going into Japan.
Yeah, now we are concerned about Japan as well. So this guy is currently very sad because a lot of Indians will go to Japan and according to him destroy that country. But being a Middle Eastern Muslim, he should not be worried about it because his cousins are already there in Japan. They've already
Dude,
started
what?
blocking roads for namaz and very soon they'll destroy Japan as they have destroyed
They literally are so beefed up. Like, you notice this? The Arab versus Indian stuff is like, they hate each other.
the UK. So you are definitely not in a
Damn,
position
why
to
is
talk about
that?
the welfare of Japanese people. Because
How did
Japanese
that
people have
happen?
already started fighting back against your community. They are so cautious against your kind that they will start protesting against you even if you start a simple
Your
tourism
kind.
campaign. Now I'm getting bored of this nonsense. So let's speed it up a little bit. These guys claim that women are unsafe around Indian men, but I have already
True.
covered this topic in my previous video, so I'm just copy pasting that
Okay.
content here. But right now let's talk about women and child safety. See, these guys claim that women and children are very much safe in their country, but the reality is white men are their god's most rapiest soldiers. Taking United
Whoa.
States of Cucks as an example,
True.
the population of US is almost 1/3 of India's population, but they have almost 5 times more rape cases than in India. And I know some
Oh.
Indian
True.
superiority
I wonder if the cases are because they actually report them.
complex will shout, no.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they just don't report them in India. Yeah, man. Yeah. And famously, all rape cases in America are reported. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're so reported in the United States. Oh, for sure. Yeah. No discrepancy there.
True!
That's why the count is very low. Americans are
Damn, this guy's spitting.
better than us, sir. You are
Yeah, there's like no stigma for reporting SA in America. Like, you come out with an allegation, people support you. There's believe all women. There is not a stigma of like coming out with your story and reporting it.
Little cousin, thoughts?
On what?
SA in America. Like, you come.
low. Americans are better
Damn, this
I'm
guy's spitting.
I'm half listening.
Yeah, there's like
I'm
no
like
stigma
more
for
rebel.
reporting.
Are you okay? Listen.
That's why the count is very low. Americans are
Damn, this guy's spitting.
better than us, sir. You are
Yeah, there's like no stigma for reporting SA in America. Like, you come out with an allegation, people support.
Sexual abuse, rape.
Yeah, what about it?
He says there is no stigma for coming out in the U.S. and saying you were sexually abused.
That's not true.
Really?
I feel like there's a little bit.
we're so progressive. Noah, don't you know the country is ruled by woke? We're all woke now. Come on, man. Let's
There's
keep
believe
going.
all women. There is not a stigma of like coming out with your story and reporting it, right? I also believe like the police
This is
take this
the
stuff way more
dumbest
seriously here.
motherfucker.
things wrong, very wrong. So for their clarification,
Again,
This
there's
is
also
so
evidence of
bad,
it
dude.
because
Imagine uploading this, bro. He pressed post. He clicked post, bro, on this video. This is embarrassing. Like who is this guy anyway that he's responding to? Right, Indian Sandman. 50,000 subs.
yeah, there's like no stigma.
You know what? There's no stigma. Hold on. Let's look at Sandman's channel. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Oh, so this guy's channel is popping. Dude. So that's why your guy, A Cheeto, made a video about this guy.
I made a video because you got called out.
No, man, you don't understand. When you get called out on YouTube, you don't just automatically respond, right? It depends on who it is and who you are, right? This guy has 500,000 subs, A Cheeto. Sandman has 50,000. Okay, still a sizable amount, right? But that's like a lot less. And so the question is, like, okay, why does this person care? Okay, he's like much bigger. Sub count wise, right? He has a lot more subs. Why does he care about what this little guy thinks? Sandman. Okay, the answer is look at Sandman's views. Are you looking at this? Boom,
Yeah.
21,000 in one day. Boom, 14,000, 120,000, 75,000. Dude, this guy, now this is a poppin' channel right here. These are really good numbers for 50,000 subs. This is insane. I'm telling you. This guy, Sandman, just off of the ad revenue, he's probably pulling in like $1,500 a month. Okay, that's assuming he doesn't like live stream maybe, or like have a Ko-Fi or a Patreon. I don't see any links to one. That's pretty good money for a YouTube channel, you know, and like that he's easily making that with this view count. That's why, okay, that is why A Cheeto is responding.
For reporting SA in America. Like, you come out with an allegation, people support you. There's
Sandman's
believe all
got
women.
motion.
There is not a stigma of like coming out with your story and reporting it, right?
Sandman is getting more views, way more views than A Cheeto. despite having 10% of the subscriber count.
So believe like the police take this stuff way more seriously here.
Saying things wrong, very wrong.
Literally
Again,
exactly
there's also,
10%.
I have it in my second monitor because I just pulled this up. The moment he said anything about women, I wanted to make sure I have the data here. United States is generally better for women than India because they have much stronger legal protections, workplace rights, sexual harassment laws, domestic violence laws, higher safety overall. The U.S. still has issues, but rates of crimes against women are significantly lower than in India. More education and economic opportunity, especially for careers with high pay. More
He's reading AI right now.
autonomy, freedom in dating, dressing, lifestyle, etc. Better healthcare access, etc.
I've checked the national records and
And marriage rape is legal in India. I said that. I want to make sure that's true. Is marital rape legal in... Let's take a look here. It says it's not fully criminalized under law, so...
it mentions that almost 60% of rape cases are unreported in US. And let's assume India is very bad and we have like 90% cases unreported and US has only 60% cases unreported. Then also US is way worse than India. And not to forget, their musical festivals are a hub of sexual assaults. In
Their music festivals.
a survey, 92% girls
this is what we're
reported
doing
that they
here
have
now.
faced some kind of harassment.
So basically, let's not talk about the country. Let's talk about one particular music festival. Why are we getting into this specific one when you can just go back
I
to data?
can't believe that a country that has been historically exploited to just about the maximum that a country possibly can be by Western powers, and they haven't had a civil rights movement. Wow. Yeah, they're just dude, they're just savage
I feel
brown
like this is
people.
not a good argument.
Am I right?
And this is just 20th century, guys. In past centuries,
They didn't
these guys
even
used
have
to
a
burn
civil
women alive
rights
when they refused to
movement.
get raped and called it witch hunting.
Like
and
we
these
did.
assaults
So because of something that happened in the 1450s, what were you guys up to in the 1450s? If we want to go back that far, I'm sure it doesn't look too good for you either.
are not limited to women and children only. As you know, majority of these guys are gays, so they equally assault men as well. And I was looking how dirty the Western society
The
actually
majority of these guys are gay, he says.
is. And one of my subscribers
Just
told me that
factually
from
wrong.
1971 to 1979, child pornography was legal in their countries. So yeah, so much for the civilized society, right? This was for the American society and for the Middle Eastern society. I think it would be a shame for Indians to be compared to that society because these guys literally have rape games in their countries where they grab a girl and form multiple circles around her. The people in the internal circle keep on raping the girl while the
Dude, I'm looking at my second monitor here. He talks about CP being legal in the 90s. I literally look at this and it says the Protection of Children from Sexual Offenses Act in 2012 was passed in May 2012. It explicitly criminalizes the use of CP. Bro, you're talking about the 90s. CP got fucking illegal in your country in 2012. 20 years later.
outer circle keeps the crowd away, and when the job is done, the whole gangs just run away and nobody faces any
That's
consequences.
brutal,
They did
bro.
it once with a foreigner news reporter and then it came to the limelight, but this is a very common thing in their country.
A little
For
late.
example, this guy is drinking cow piss.
So now we're coming back to cow piss, and that's perfectly fine to criticize. But I don't think a person from Middle Eastern descent should have any say in this, because their own
Dude.
culture is drowning in camel urine and camel dung. These
He's an American. Why are you? He's like of Middle Eastern descent, but he's an American. Like he's American. I've met this guy. He's not like some fucking third worldist. This is my boy you're talking about here. Watch the way you fucking speak, little bitch. All right, shut the fuck up. You know you're romanticizing your third world country while you're criticizing some guy who lives in United States of America and makes money on YouTube, which is a advent of American culture. So shut the fuck up, pussy.
guys have been using camel dung to cure dysentery, and that dung has to be fresh from the asshole. And the less we talk about the camel urine, the better.
Go criticize these people, not him.
So I would say a lot of Indians are kind of insecure about their race and claim to be something else. Or
Yeah, that's one thing I also don't like is I don't like when people specifically from India are like super into American politics. Like I think that shit's just so whack.
I see this on Twitter still, bro. It's accounts based in India weighing in on these sorts of things, and it's like, dude, it's like clearly a LARP. Like they're trying to act like they're going to be the people to save Western democracy and stuff. It's like, dude, you're like tweeting from some like hut,
Actually, this
some broken building.
is a very stupid point that this Snow White is giving, because in this modern
The Snow
interconnected
White.
world, every political decision in a major country impacts other countries as well. And since a lot
Dude, no, that's not true. Like these accounts that are based in India talking about the Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, like they have any stake in this, bro. It's like, shut up, bro. It's a American culture
Okay,
war.
well, what stake do you have in piss in the cleaning products in India?
And you're trying to act like you're a soldier in it.
of Indians are living in America, it's quite natural for Indian people to have interest
Sorry,
in
I'm
American
only, like,
politics as
half
well.
paying
But just stop for a
attention.
second and look at the hypocrisy on his face. He's reacting to an Indian fatigue video, which mainly talks about people that are living in India. But on the other hand, he's saying that it's whack when people from other country are commenting about his country's affairs.
also, when
Well, another thing is there's mass immigration that directly affects the U.S., right? So when you look at the people they're importing, you have to criticize the country that they're being brought from. And then you look and it's like, wow, there's a lot of bad shit happening there.
another thing that cracks me up is that Indians practically love Israelis, despite
Is that true?
Israelis seeing them as subhuman.
See, I'm in a hurry, so I'll explain you briefly. Indians do not love Israelis. You see, India has seen many terrorist attacks from Pakistan's end, but Indian government does not take any strict action against Pakistan. But on the other hand, when Palestine attacks Israel, Israel responds with full force. And that's why some Indians like Israelis, because they believe at least someone across the globe is fighting against terrorism. And that's why these guys support Israel in the Israel-Palestine conflict, which upsets Muslims around the globe, as well as Orthodox Christians that hate
I love that. He's in a hurry.
the Jews.
Gotta go. Gotta
So
blast.
what these guys do to fight back? They try to humiliate Indians who support Israelis. And since this guy is also Muslim, so he'll also be following the same toolkit.
Like the man is saying, I love Israel, and he's being told to go back to India, and it seems like his girlfriend, wife, or sister or something is saying, you are the king of kings.
This is an unverified fake video. This is also an unverified fake video.
That's it. It's fake. It's all fake. Why I said so? Dude, W community notes.
And this clip was also in that previous Indian fatigue video. Maybe this Indian fatigue guy and
That's
that
so
Indian
awesome.
fatigue guy are in a WhatsApp group and they share notes on how to hate Israelis as well as Hindus.
Most
Nice.
natural wigs are made with over 99.9%. It's called black gold in the industry.
You wouldn't believe where
True.
this video is heading.
In 2004, this fact changed everything for Orthodox Jewish women.
Yeah, Jewish women were like, wow, this is such amazing hair. Where did you guys get this from? Oh, India? Yeah, we're gonna have to burn it now.
The article clearly says that Indian wig may contravene their religious law, so all of those women burned their wigs. I don't think it was a problem for the Hindus because the hairs that were used to make those wigs were already used in a ritual and were of no use. This guy is trying his best to show how Israelis are very bad towards Indians, especially Hindus, and maybe they actually are, but his arguments are not making me believe it.
The caste system in India was abolished
Yeah,
in
no,
1950.
so I actually know about this because
No, man. Yeah, okay. All right, let's hear
my
it.
old
Let's hear it.
roommate knew an Indian guy who was like born in India, and he learned all of the things that are actually common cultural practice, and they do follow the caste system invisibly.
Now you might be wondering, when did this start? Because
He doesn't argue with it. He knows it's true.
it got
No.
abolished in 1950s. Surely that's a
They still do. They treat like it's not legal. The
No
caste system anymore,
way.
but they act as if it's still like in their law.
Round-
It exists in like a legacy way.
the time your grandparents were born. So when did this start?
Isn't that
it was-
crazy?
Yeah, it's a dude. We follow the capitalist hierarchy invisible. Like, yeah, wow, hierarchy feels invisible. No way.
It
Incredible.
started in 1500 to 500 BC. So
Yeah.
a system where you are heavily discriminated against based
It-
off
it
of how
hasn't,
you were
like, fully
born
even gone
and
away.
what family you were born in has existed for almost 3,000 years, if not over that.
It says that caste system's origins are rooted in Vedic period, not
So, by the way, you know what's funny? If he does this, I might have to like take a shot on stream. If he's about to say that this started a long time ago, when about 5 minutes ago he literally criticized burning women alive, which took place in like the 1400s, I'm going to lose my shit. If he's gonna say this happened forever ago, when 5 fucking minutes ago he just said something that happened forever ago to criticize Americans, I might have to take a shot.
that it's prevalent from 1000 BCE. In the same screen it's written, it was a fluid division of labor called Vern. Do you know what fluid means here? It means a person
Okay,
can
so he kind of did.
change his labor class if he wants to. So it's not like what this bomber man is trying to claim. But yeah, it's true that over time it became rigid and right now it's a strict
Pussy.
system. But stop worrying about the Indian caste system for a minute and let's focus on the
Drink,
Middle Eastern
drink,
caste system.
drink.
Yes, I'm going to show you
So he says just don't focus on it, man. Don't look at what we're doing. Look at what they're doing.
caste system within the Muslim society. So basically Muslims are divided into 3 sects. The first one is the Ashraf.
I don't care. I'm not Muslim. This is not what we're talking about. He's just doing no you. He's just saying, oh yeah, but Muslims do it too. Okay. I don't like caste systems in general. When they do it, it's bad too.
World. Oh, but these Indians were making jokes about it and stuff like that. But then the moment they found out he was Khalistani, they turned on him. By the way,
What about American hierarchy, man? Or what? Is this guy from Canada, by the way? He keeps talking about Canada. Is he Canadian?
I think HG is from America.
Okay. How about American
weird.
hierarchy? How about that? How about fucking Epstein Island? How about the
Danny, it's just
Epstein
normal
class,
Indian.
bro?
What the fuck, man? How delusional or dumb you have to be to show a fake map and expect us to believe it? I mean, your audience and this guy might be that dumb, but not everyone is, man. Khalistan is an idea of a separatist group, but it's not officially a part of India. The actual Indian map looks like this, and the Khalistani wants to cut a part
Where is it on the map? Does he point to it? I don't know where it is.
of India and make it a new country,
It was up here in the first map. I don't see it here.
Khalistan. But that is not done yet.
Punjab, there's a visa gurudwara where people offer toy aeroplanes praying for their visas to get approved.
like, who comes up with this? Like, how do you know what to sacrifice to get approved?
The same way Muslims came up with sacrificing of goats during Bakrid.
So most of his arguments that aren't arguments are just saying that yeah we do this, but so do Muslims, which is like I don't care. I think they're both bad. If there's a bad behavior, then I'll call it out.
Yes, because radical Islamics are well known for their shaved faces, Indian accent, and the stereotypical polo t-shirt. Abhay Nayak arrested for bomb threat on UK flight. Just once again, another Indian trying to tarnish Muslim name.
Having a non-Muslim name does not automatically mean that you're not a Muslim. There are thousands of terrorists roaming around the world with
Dude.
fake names, fake identities, and fake personalities, and it's only when they're caught we get to know their real identity. So this guy not looking
True. Also, what did that guy say that was wrong? What did he say that he said Allahu Akbar? Like, yeah, if he's Muslim, genuinely, which I have no reason to suspect he isn't. Like, what? Like that? Okay, like these fucking dumbass people in this video are like, oh yeah, the Indian person is like, oh, look at this racist Muslim. They're like this Muslim terrorist. And then they're like, no, the terrorist is actually an Indian pretending to be a Muslim terrorist. And it's like, you're both so fucking stupid. That guy isn't a terrorist at all. And he's not pretending to be one, most likely. He's just like saying Allahu Akbar and death to America. Which is just a normal thing to say if you're a brown person in another country.
like a stereotypical
Yo, why are people saying death to America when their entire lives they have only ever known American bombs being dropped on their families? Blowing up grandma. Yo, why are you mad at us? We just blew your grandma up and her fucking body parts rained down from the
doesn't cut you
sky.
any slack. And what image you're talking about?
What's
All
the
the terrorist
problem?
Well, he's not Arab.
organizations across the globe are Muslim organizations, so there is actually no image left to be tarnished because your own community has destroyed it with their beautiful actions. So much so that it's currently unredeemable. So instead of straight away playing the victim card, why not just do some retrospective and improve yourself? So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for staying till the end of this video,
Jeez,
and we'll
bro.
see you next
You're
video.
welcome.
Till then, keep playing, keep
Thank
smiling,
you.
Sandman.
Thank you for the video.
Wow. Wow. Well, guys, we did it. Wow. What? Wow. I mean, I'm truly speechless. I don't even know what to say. That may have been the worst video I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. That might be the worst video I've ever watched. That is insane. I guess I'll just.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to split this up into at least like 4 videos.
Very long one.
That was dog shit.
That was what?
That was dog shit.
What, Ichido's video?
Yeah. But in a good
You
way,
wanna
man.
watch more Ichido?
Hell no, not for all. I'm burnt out on
Okay.
Ichido. I'm burnt out on him.
That is